I May Destroy You is a breathtaking exploration of consent, race and millennial life. There are so many things to praise about this series: the daring script, the captivating performances, especially that of writer and co-director Michaela Coel, the experimental cinematography, I especially loved this shot, and the wider cultural significance of the work. But today I want to explore how I May Destroy You uses quick, non-linear editing to present trauma, and how it uses this editing as the foundation for the unfolding story. Editing is often thought of in just the technical sense, but the way a TV series is edited is an integral part of its creative storytelling. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Film Essay. If you haven't seen the show, this is a trigger warning, as I will be discussing upsetting sexual scenes. The first episode of I May Destroy You contains the traumatic event that sets the rest of the story in motion. However, its presence is knowingly hidden from the viewer. As Lucy Mangan writes in The Guardian, there's an awful lot of relativism about, room for interpretation. When everything is malleable, where can violation occur? So, with this in mind, let's deconstruct the night out scene in the first episode. We begin with Arabella entering the club. The editing is very predictable: shots of the group walking in, close-ups of Arabella singing karaoke, quick cuts of the group dancing. Then, suddenly, the soundtrack changes from the song actually playing in the club, Flowers by Sweet Female Attitude, to It's Gonna Rain by the Thompson Community Singers. This is quite a dramatic shift, from R&B and garage to a Christian gospel track. While the gospel soundtrack plays, we hear distorted snippets of the song in the club and the laughter of the group, building an unsettling feeling. Then the linear editing disappears entirely. Suddenly, there are three timelines presented to the viewer simultaneously: shots of Arabella dancing, shots of her alone at the bar, and slow motion shots of her stumbling out the door. The presentation is deliberately unclear. Which one of these is actually happening? In what order do they occur? Is this just in her mind? Then, jarringly, the soundtrack cuts out completely and Arabella is back at her laptop. There are unpleasant quick cuts from her typing to her showering or checking her phone, followed by a disorientating sequence of her stumbling around the streets with a ringing in her ears and with certain eerie sound effects highlighted.
Oh, you're Arabella. I know you're Arabella. Chronicles of a Fed Up Millennial. Yeah.
Finally, she is home again and normal editing resumes. There are regular camera angles, normal sound effects, and a slow, calm pace. However, as she enters her room, the door handle causes her to see a mental image of a man looking down on her and panting, which is presented through unnerving low camera angles and loud, quick cuts. This scene is a masterclass in editing. It presents the audience with a muddled time frame and an unclear sense of reality. The editing of this 9-minute scene leaves the spectator feeling violated. The norms of linear editing structure have been thrown out the window, and the spectator is left unsure as to which strand of the 9-minute scene to trust. Questions are left clearly unanswered, masterfully displayed through the jarring immediate scene transition from the club to Arabella at her laptop. The editing dares to loop and snag time, darting forwards and backwards with no explanation. This leaves the spectator feeling a certain sense of shock and violation, as established cinematic rules and structures momentarily disintegrate, resulting in a phenomenological experience of trauma. The ambiguities of editing are present in every area of the show, even the title sequence.
When the title card comes up, it says, I may destroy you, and then you deletes. I may destroy you, I may destroy myself, I may be completely thoughtless and just destroy any and everything around me. Who is saying I may destroy? Is it Arabella? Is it the man that sexually assaulted her in episode 1? Who may destroy? And that I like to leave, just like with everything else, I'm leaving it for us to be curious about and to think about. I don't have a certain answer, which is where I like to stay as a creative.
The unanswered questions left from episode 1 become the foundation of the unfolding story. I May Destroy You doesn't spoon-feed its audience, it trusts the viewer's ability to recognise and intellectually connect with the work. The final episode is evidence of this, where, in a manner similar to the scene I've discussed, the editing does not inform the viewer of what is reality or fantasy. As Lucy Mangan writes, it holds up to the light our ability to rewrite stories, to make bad experiences bearable or put their damage to some use. I May Destroy You is a truly breathtaking and daring show. Its creative, deliberate and experimental editing is a triumph, capturing the essence of psychological trauma and curating a sublime exploration of consent, race and millennial life. I know there are so many more things to praise and analyse about the show, so if you enjoyed the video and would like another, leave a like and let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and turn on notifications and check out my channel for loads more videos.